Hello. Just wanted to make a quick video uh, on my thoughts. There's the disclaimer. Here we go. Just looking at this chart of Teradyne, and you would say, why are you looking at a semiconductor testing company? And I'm just looking at this formation here, this flat as it moves through here and how it reacts at the end. And I want to go and I want to look at how this compares to the Qs, because I think far too many people are bearish. And to be honest, there is downside risk. We're below the 5 MA on the monthly. We were below it here, dropped, popped back out, and that's kind of what I'm expecting if we do continue to drop. 549, yeah, that's about right. I have us at 555 if we do continue to drop. I'm just giving an alternate theory here that we may be done. And here's this flat that the Qs are in right now. And then just looking back at Teradyne. The flat that it was in. And then it had that little drop at the end and then rocketed out. And I think that's what happens when far too many people are bearish. And I think we're still in extreme fear. And I just don't think the market's going to roll over in extreme fear with everybody this bearish. Now, could we pop up and roll over? Sure. Everything's possible. I'm just giving you the realm of possibilities here as I see it. I think there's a very real possibility that we may be finishing this correction and that we may rocket out of here like Teradyne did. It didn't take long. It bounced up for a little bit and then it just, boom, lifted. Now look at all this chop through here too. That's a lot of volatility. And this, I'm sure, was a lot of people can positive that was a rising wedge and just going to fall again, which is why it took off the way it did. Too many people were bearish, which is what we may have in the market. We may have. That's just an idea. Because as I said, we're in extreme fear. We haven't crossed over yet. Or we have. Yes, we have. We did just cross over on Friday. Again, we've done it a couple times through here, and we have not broken out of this trend. We've broken out of this smaller one, which you can see on the hourly. Boy, there's a lot of lines on there, huh? But it's this green trend line here. I'll go ahead and make it bigger. And that's the trend that we broke out of. And you can see we did that Friday with that huge day. So on the smaller time frames, that's this. We've broken out. Now let's hide those. And so on the daily, we've turned over. So I'm just waiting for, we should get a continued move. And Mondays are usually a continuation of Fridays. So we should get a continued move. And I would expect up to 618 or so. And then if we can't break 618 and keep climbing, 618 that'll be where the bears will try to reject it again. And then if they do, because that would be this trend line. Get ready for the lines. That would be this trend line here. If we come up to that and hit it and roll over, then that'll be the sign that we're going to go down to 555. And we would probably hit this at about 618, 620, somewhere in there would be my best guess. But there is a possibility, yes, that this squeezes up just because too many people are short, as I said. Now let's just look at, I was going to say, the best way to play this is to not be afraid, but to be prepared. And setting stops isn't necessarily going to work all the time. And I'll explain why. Because when you set your stops, that's just setting an order. So when price hits that, then it places an order. So if you've gapped down below your price, then you're just placing an order to sell it that price, which it's already gone past. So you won't get filled. Even if it doesn't gap down, if it's just shooting down, then you place that order and it just cuts through your price, then the order was just placed. It was never filled. The price would have to come back up and then the order would fill before it dropped again. So it's meant for markets during market times when you have heavy volume and price shifts. It's meant to protect you when price shifts. It's not meant to protect you from falling knives, although a lot of people think it does and then are very sad when they find out it does not. So the best thing to do is just to be aware, to be on your toes, to not invest super heavily, not invest more than you can lose. Watch it carefully. Do set stops because, price may drop and bounce and your order filled. There's nothing wrong with a stop. Just understand that it's not guaranteed to get filled. Sell upside calls like I do. I'm also buying VIX, which let's take a look at VIX. Because I think there's a chance VIX could roll over also, as I'm going to go off on a little tangent here, but here's the VIX on the monthly. And here's the problem with the VIX. You have this low all the way back here in 2017, and you've got higher highs and higher lows. Just barely, but higher lows. So this is a bullish building structure. Unless you can come down and take out 1180, which I think this one went to 1180. Nope. Wow, that only went to 1210. So unless you can come down and take out 1180 and then 960, this you're going to get higher than this 8080. That's just how I see this structure. And look how you've broken out on the monthly. I mean, this thing is primed. So don't get me wrong. I mean, we could absolutely tank. I kind of expect us to, and here I'm going to make everyone dizzy. I expect us to do something crazy here. Yeah, believe it or not. I expect us to like rocket out of here and then drop and then rocket back up again. I think it pulls a massive, I don't even know what you would call that, whiplash. I don't know, but I have a hard time being short. I'm definitely not short this market here. I'll tell you that. But I am long VIX. And here's the daily. See that the daily to me looks like it's getting ready to turn down. So again, monthly, longer time frame, this is super bullish since 2017. We're working on a huge bullish structure unless we can come down and crush 12. What was this one? 1210 first. That'd be a first start. And then 1180. But I mean, 1210, that's almost cutting this in half from here. It's 80%. Can we get it on a super bullish move? I don't know. Because I think people are going to be scared of this market the entire way. Just kind of have that feeling. Here we are on the weekly. We're still broken out, but we're rolling. We're turning down, and that's just because we're hitting the upper Bollinger, just like back here. We're above the 5. We're above the 50. We're above the 200. The 200's above the 50 is above the 200, unlike back here. And this is on the weekly. So that just, I mean, this is lining up to be more bullish than this was. And this. Yeah, that's a little worrying. I mean, got to be honest with you. Here's the daily. It looks like we're turning down. I mean, do we get a little just push up to, like I said, to, and here I'm going to go crazy. Ooh, look, this is even better. I like this one even better. Futures never disappoint. And what if that should be the theme of this little video here. What if? Just what if? Okay. There we go. So what if we just hit this, bonk, and then just roll over completely, just roll over and crash down to 555, get this to spike up. Maybe we can get a huge monster spike and then just be done with it. Or just crush this thing. I don't know. The market has a VIX problem. Now, how did I get all these lines to disappear? I'm sure I screwed something up there. Okay. That about covers it. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Juno comes in, I lose my train of thought. Oh, I wanted to look at the quantum. No, on the daily, that is still rolling over. So that is still, I'm still not sold on that. What do we have on the hourly? No, that was just all selling down. Okay. So I'm still not sold on quantum. At least qubits. Oh, here, let's just do this. This is very similar. Look at this giant flat. And here's a bigger flat within this flat. Yeah, I'm very bullish on this. That turned over. I just purchased some options on this a couple days ago. Wow, that looks great on the weekly. This looks even better than I thought. That's good. That's good. And this is semiconductors again. So our I don't know how we break down with semiconductors looking like they want to run. Iridium, strange place because it's breaking out. Did it just take a breather or is it something more? Here's another quantum that is in deep didgeridoo. I don't think that shows much sign of turning around. $3D. Now this one is interesting to me because look at these candles here. Look at this doji above the 5. If we can get a big day or week, especially week, this might show me something here because it is oh so close. Or does this need to break? This should show me something this week. I keep saying that. Again, 188 is where I'm looking for a low for that. What else was in here that I wanted to look at? Ionic, a leader in the Qs. That looks terrible on the weekly. That looks awful. That does not look good. No. Quantum is not the place to be. Now this might be. This. Yeah, we have to wait to see how next week goes with this, because this might be. They might be moving into space again. That does not look good for rich tech. No, that does not look good at all. And this will probably drop down into the $2 range, 207. I already looked at qubits. UMAC. I like UMAC. Do I like UMAC now? Yeah, it might be time. Yeah. This is getting ready to make a move. Yes, that's another space. See, that one we need to give that a week. This is not something I would be buying if I were looking to get back into the market. Now this, nope, not with that rolling down. Not with that like that. I would expect it to come back down to 860. Nope, I would not buy that right now. No, I think it's going to... I think it's going to turn down, but now as I say that, watch it have like a massive day Monday. But no, I think that turns down and gets end at 850, drops another dollar. Neo. I think Neo started to break out. It surely did. Those with patience get paid. Now, we need to get above 520. That's the goal. We look good on the daily. We're starting to look good on the weekly. It all depends on what the market does. I mean, the VIX can be a real spoiler for everybody. $540. I look for 540. But we're going to have a hang up at 520 for sure. Wow. That looks good for at least a little spike. Hopefully much, much more. Oh, that looks real good. If we can turn that around. Another one that is in that looks pretty good spot. Looks good. Same with AES. That one's breaking out again. Lovely. This one I just added. I might be interested in this. This is no options. This is just straight stock. As you can see, that is, well, let's even go to the monthly. That's the kind of chart that's in my, that's how I like them. A good history and down at a low. Now, this may be 5 waves down? I don't think so, because this is your RSI high. So this is your peak. This is a leading diagonal. Then a drop, because that's going to be your low. Drop, then rip. And now we're dropping again. Well, we may just rip right back up out of this. Look how coiled this thing is. That's why I added this, because this is worth a watch for me. Definitely worth. I mean, $1.60 for something that could go wonky. And I would put my stop right there at 123. Look at that. Up to $2. That's 40 cents. But overall, I mean, if this thing decides to go, I mean, you could turn that $1.60 into 12x, or if you really, really, really go, I mean, you could turn this thing into this could turn into just a monster on just a short covering. But this whole thing, one, two, two. No, this was 5 waves. And this crash. So this might be a 1, 2. This might be a. What is this? Like a colossal 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't know, but that has a lot of potential. Anyways, I just put that on my list. It's thought it was a bio farm. Nope, it's a casino. That's right, a casino. So again, if money's going to come into the market, Iridium, I believe I already looked at. Huntsman looked good, turning down now. We're below all those important moving averages. We're still squeezing here on the weekly, and we're still above this big bullish candle here. So this is still just a pullback on the weekly. We're almost, we kind of touched into where I thought we would go. I thought we'd go a little deeper, $12, just under 12. So this can still go down a little bit, but yeah, I'm on a larger time frame. I'm uber bullish on this. Again, look at this thing. This has just been coiling, winding around all here, and now we're just finally breaking out. And I've shown you those charts that coil like this for years and years and years and then break out. I mean, they go crazy high, like $72 high or $112 high. It's just this thing has been building for this moment right now. Whatever it does, it's been building for this, and it makes polymers, makes yeah, chemicals, chemical polymers. Yeah, this is where I want to be for the upcoming future. I started a position in this one also because why not? I don't like that you. Oh, I thought you had a low back here, so I may have misread this chart when I made this position. Oh well, that's still a pretty long. No, it's not. That's less than a year. Boy, I don't like that. Anyways. Huh. Okay, I digress. I really liked the daily chart here, though. That's okay. This is what I was looking at. I was looking at holding this low back here. Then we spiked up and dropped all the way down. So I was looking for this to spike back up into the $16 to $20 range. So I thought this looked better on the longer time frames, but it does not. And this looks like it might be a Wendy's. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Anyways, I bought some to see if I can get a spike out of this. Looking at around 16. Wendy's, I did get my spike. Now we got a pullback. And now it's moment of reckoning right here. Above the 5, above the mid Bollinger. Let's get a pop. Let's get a pop up to 840. And then let's move up to 960. But yeah, Wendy's not looking bad now. Good candle. Let's see if we can get a big pop out of this. Let's see if we can get a big squeeze out of the market. And look at this. Look what retail did. I mean, that was gross. Who had Under Armour as my best performing stock since November? I didn't. And I don't even know if it is. It just, I think I probably made the most money off of it because I was absolutely loaded to the gills. That's just still squeezing. I sold when we popped out of this Bollinger and then we dropped and I was all happy. I thought we'd drop down farther. We did not. So now I've just got stock, no more options. So I just have my stock watching this. Like Eeyore, just watching the stock go up. Clouds go by and stocks go up. All of these look just great. Gap, I think, are we finally going to get it to break out? I think we are. Look at that. We haven't confirmed anything yet, but again, this is one. Look at that. Since 2012, this thing has been waiting to break out, and it might finally do it. On the monthly, We're looking great, turning up. Look at this on the monthly. Look how bullish that thing is. It's screaming to get out of here. Yeah. Oh man, please tell me Gap is going to break out. Okay. American Eagle. Again, this is, look, right on my trend line. Looking good. Let's rip up. Puma, looking good. Abercrombie, I'm waiting to dump the last of mine at probably close this gap at 123 again. Wow, we've been down here for a long time. Since January. Huh. I sold a little portion in here. Well, actually, I sold the first time we hit 100. And actually, right in there, like 104, I think is when I sold. And then I sold at 120 something. Yeah. So now I'm waiting for us to pop back up into the 120s so I can sell the last little bit and be out of that. Just because I don't want to be an Abercrombie and Fitch. I'll move that elsewhere. Probably here. Now these, let's take a look. Because these are not breaking down yet. They're again had such a great day and then lost it. And that candle, oh, I do not know what to make of that candle. I don't like it. I make that of it. I'm hoping what this has not done is turn into qubits or the quantum. See, now that looks okay. Lightbridge was rejected at both the trend and the 5 MA. That's not good. Nano looked like it was going to break out, but it was rejected. Oklo, same story. So if these are going to roll over, weekly does not look good. And that's losing the 200, which, I mean, this is a pretty big gap, so we can close that. I think SMR here, yeah, we can get into the 6-8 range, $6 to $8 range. And that's what has me nervous about this market, because some look great, some do not. This looks great. DNN just looks great. Just great all over. Great. I'm going to grate all over myself with DNN. Oil. Okay. Cosma. I can't believe it did that to me yesterday. Uh-oh. But oil still looks fantastic. Still looks fantastic. I mean, these are I don't know what to tell you, but I think this is going to pop and have just a monster week, day, and then really retreat. But boy, this is about to break loose something fierce, looks like. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that run to 9 this week. Oh, that's breaking out too. BHP, all of them are doing it. WTI offshore. Look at that's coming out of a big time resistance cup and handle, and that's doing the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised to see this have a monster move. But this is where I want to be long term. This again, because see, look at this. Look at the, here we'll go. Monthly, it's going to be crazy, but look at this consolidation. Look at this range you've been in here since you dropped, and that's probably what, the COVID drop? No, that's even before the COVID drop. That's 2014. So you've been range bound in here since 2014. Oh man, you are going to come out of here something fierce like this. And yeah, I see no reason for this to stop at all. No, I really don't. This one, again, look, just breaking out of long, long trend lines. That's very bullish. Very bullish. Look at that. Look how stupid that run is. That's weekly. Man, I haven't even noticed this. This is one of my favorites, and it's gone completely unnoticed by me. I just look at it every day like, oh, nose up. Fantastic. I do not recommend this. In fact, Moo Moo won't even let you buy it. It's a tax nightmare. And everyone's always afraid of rising wedges. Look at this thing. That is a clear rising wedge that broke out and is now retesting, and off we go again. Which is, I mean, just energy. Energy's going. Phillips. This is one I bought. Good holding. All right. I think that about covers it. Let's look at Hecla. Look at some miners, because I think silver is going to rip up again. Oh yeah, big time. Big time. Well, let's look at how sustainable this is going to be on this rip up with silver. Turning up against resistance, but definitely turning up. Yeah, I think we pop up into the 112. Maybe we just hit 100 again. That's what this 100, 104. Yeah, I think we definitely at least get, oh, that's squeezing. At least get a massive bounce here. We got to get above 88. But if we can get above 88 and then 90, yeah, I think we run into that 110 range. Okay. And that would spike the miners. Okay. That is a whole lot of babbling from me, huh? Let's close with VIX because the VIX is just big time problems. And yes, I think we can crush it. But for how long? We've got to 1585. Let's start there. Well, let's start. What's this one here? 1590. Huh, that's the same thing. Let's just get below 1585. Let's see if we can do that. That would be huge. That would be massive, huge. Let's see if we could. Yeah, let's see if we could just close the gap at 1870. That would be a big move. That's actually more what I see. Okay. I'm going to stop babbling there. It's bedtime, but there's my thoughts on the market. I wouldn't be afraid of some stocks. Some stocks look really good. The miners, oil, energy, semiconductors. Here, you're going to make me look at it. I'll do it. Yeah, that's going to go up, it looks like. Sure does. Sure does. Yep, I would think at least like 197, make a run for 200. And then it probably, let's look at the weekly. Yeah, it probably rips up. And that would be very bullish for the market, especially if you get software to bounce. Yeah, that could start something massive. Yep. Just a what if. All right. And with that, I'll sign off. Be safe, everyone. Be wise. And as always, good luck.